They say happily ever after begins with marriage, but real life begins after it. Even when you're the goddess, even when your husband is Shiva himself. Parvati had done the unimaginable. She had awakened Shiva from timeless meditation, earned his love not through beauty or drama, but through unshakable tapas, years of silence, devotion, and inner strength. But once married, it wasn't a life of celestial ease. Shiva, the ultimate ascetic, had lived lifetimes in solitude. His habits were wild. His world was still one of mountains, ashes, silence, and storms. And Parvati, though divine, stepped into this world with open arms, determined to transform not him, but herself. There were moments when Shiva would vanish into deep meditation again. For days, weeks, even years. No explanations, no drama, just silence. Can you imagine what that would feel like? To love someone deeply and still be left with your own thoughts? To raise a family while your partner floats between worlds? But Parvati didn't collapse. She didn't fight the nature of who Shiva was. She grew. She learned to hold space for her husband, her child, and her evolving role as Shakti, the sustaining force of creation. She didn't just become a wife, she became the cosmic Atta Mother. She birthed not just sons, but entire aspects of the universe. She raised Ganesha, the elephant-headed remover of obstacles, teaching him patience, wisdom, humility. She nurtured Kartikeya, the warrior of light, preparing him for battles not just outside, but within. And yet, her own journey was filled with her tests. At times, Shiva himself tested her, not out of cruelty, but to awaken her deeper powers. Once he disguised himself and insulted her to her face, questioning her choice of husband. Calmly, Parvati defended Shiva, not blindly, but with grace, faith, and clarity. That moment wasn't about passing a test. It was about knowing her truth and standing in it. Parvati's story is not about being soft or submissive. It's about a woman who chose transformation over and over again. She didn't give up her essence, she expanded it. She showed us that feminine strength is not always loud. Sometimes it's in showing up every day, holding the family together, smiling through uncertainty, being the calm center of a storm you can't control, and growing not in spite of that, but because of it. This is the kind of strength we don't celebrate enough. We live in a world where we're told love should be easy, motherhood should be natural, relationships should be 50-50. But Parvati's story whispers another truth. Sometimes love is 100-0. Sometimes parenting is 1,000 prayers deep. And sometimes feminine strength is not about balance, but becoming the foundation itself. So here's something simple you can do this week. Pause and ask, in what area of my life am I being called to grow in patience and quiet strength? Then, instead of resisting it, lean in. Choose grace, even when it's hard. Speak less, breathe more, and hold space, not just for others, but for your own transformation. Because in doing that, you don't just become a stronger person. You become what Parvati became. A goddess in human form. If this story touched a part of you that needed strength, don't forget to subscribe. We're not just remembering mythology here. We're remembering ourselves.